So today we're going to be discussing phoneme isolation. What that is, phoneme isolation is when you identify the first sounds in words, okay? So we're going to do some practices. I'm going to go over it with you. Then I'm going to let you do some by yourself, and then we're going to do a little activity at the end, okay? So first, my first word that I want to go over with you is sun. Sun. So what is the first sound that you hear? Good job. For S. Okay? So we're going to practice a few more, okay? So the next word that I have is cat. K-a-t. Cat. What is the first sound that you hear in that word? K. Good job. All right? So now we're going to practice dog. D-a-g. Dog. What is the first sound that you hear? D. Good job. Okay. So next, I have the word bat. B-a-t. Bat. What is the first sound that you hear at the beginning of that word? B. Okay. So, but that's basically what we're doing with phoneme isolation. We're going to keep practicing this, and then we'll do some more words just to make sure that you have it down pat. Okay? So now I want to go over a few more words. When I call out a word, I want you to give me a thumbs up if you recognize the beginning sound. If you can identify the sound that it starts with, I want you to give me a thumbs down if you can. Every time that you get a word right, I'm going to give you a little counter, okay? And we're going to see how many counters you can collect at the end. So what if I give you the word, let's say, bat? Bat. You can recognize it. What sound is at the beginning of that word? B. Good job. Here's a counter. All right. What if I give you the word top? T-a-p. You can recognize it. What does that word sound? What's the beginning sound? T. Good job. Here's a counter. What if I give you the word fun? Fun. You recognize it? What is the beginning sound? Okay. Awesome. What if I give you the word ball? Ball. You can recognize it? What sound does that word start with? B. Okay, here's the counter. So let's do a few more. What if I say blue? Blue. What sound does that word start with? Can you identify it? Yes. What sound? B. Okay. Awesome. So now I want us to do some practices. I want to see, since we just went over it, that you can identify them. I want to give you an activity to do. And I want to see if you can identify the beginning sounds of words on your own. So what I've done is I've already pre-made some sticky notes for you. And then I have a little chart here. I have R sound, N sound, M sound, and P sound. So R, N, M, P. So I'm going to give you stickies, and I'm going to have you to place the stickies beside the beginning sound, what you think the beginning of that word sounds like, okay? All right. So here are your stickies, and you're going to tear them off one at a time, and you're just going to place them by the sound that you think it goes with, okay? Here you go. Let's go. All right. Go ahead and bring the whole pad, and go ahead and just place them where you think they should go. If you have trouble saying the word, let me know, okay? And I'll sound it out for you. Remember, we are doing beginning sounds, the first sounds that we hear. So when we are doing phoneme isolation, our objective for you as the student, I want you to be able to identify the initial phoneme with at least 80% accuracy when you hear a spoken word. I want you to be able to recognize that initial sound at least 80% of the time. All right, is that all of your words? No. Okay. Do you have a few? That's it? Awesome. So let's go over what you just did, Ron. Go ahead and take a seat. So what you've done is place the words by the sound that you think it went. So for our sound, you have rat, rim, and red. Good job. For the N sound, you have net, neck, nap. Pretty good. For the M sound, you have man, map, and milk. And for the P sound, you have pan, pick, and pool. Good job, Ron. You actually have 100% accuracy right here. So that lets me know that you can recognize and identify the beginning sounds of your words. So that is practicing phoneme isolation. Okay? So, we're going to keep going through this. Now, we're going to go back to the thumbs up and thumbs down. I'm going to give you a few more words just to make sure that you understand the concept of what we're doing. So, again, thumbs up if you can recognize it, thumbs down if you can't, and then I'll go back to giving you some counters, okay? So, let's see. Giraffe. Giraffe. Can you identify the beginning sound of that word? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Thumbs down. What if I gave you a word with a similar letter? Let's say grass. Grass. You can. What letter is at the beginning of that word? G. So giraffe sounds a little different because it took on the J sound. So I understand that that could be confusing, but when I went to grass, you knew that that was G, right? Okay? So with giraffe, if I'm just going to do the sound, it would be just. But it actually starts with the letter G. Now I'm going to give you a counter for grass. All right? What if I said hair? Hair. Can you identify the word at the beginning, the sound at the beginning of that? You can. What sound do you hear? Good job. All right. So if I gave you the word ditch, 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 can you identify the sound at the beginning of that word? You can? What is it? D. All right. Good job. So again, I want to recap that we are learning phoneme isolation. That is when you can identify the sounds at the beginning of a word. You've done a good job today, so I want to thank you for your participation, and I have a reward for you for your counters that you collected. Good job, Ryan.